Around the middle of March 2022, the first articles of a new world first coming to Bellewaerde Park started popping up. This new sensational ride would replace the old iconic Zierertivoli named Keverbaan. Requested permits revealed that the old western-themed area would be fully torn to the ground and replaced with a new sensational water ride constructed by Intamin. A year later, more plans about the area were revealed by the park itself. Besides the announcement of the then still named Spinning Rapids, more attractions were announced. These included a new kiddie coaster and a small children's log flume. On February the 8th, 2023, the park announced the name for their new world's first. The new ride would get the all too familiar name Amazonia. Construction of the new area started in the first half of 2023, directly after the western area was demolished. Throughout the first months of construction, the progress was quite noticeable, and the park often placed construction updates on their social media channels. The high construction pace went on for a while with no obvious delays. Around November 2023, most of the ride was constructed. In early 2024, the ride station was almost fully constructed and the course for Amazonia was fully complete. The ride only had to be tested and Amazonia seemed to be on schedule to open in 3 months' time. In February, Bellewaerde Park released a video of the construction process where the area was almost fully finished, but one important part of the construction phase was still missing: the testing. Bellewaerde Park announced that Amazonia and the surrounding area, Mundo Amazonia, would open on March 30th, 2024. And well, the latter did. Amazonia wasn't ready to open on time, which was, according to the park itself, due to the delayed delivery of parts for the ride. The whole original opening day of Amazonia was a blunder in many aspects. First of all, the park didn't even announce that the ride wasn't going to open until an hour or so before the park opened. This led to many people traveling to the park and they arrived in disappointment, including me. It was later stated that the ride didn't open due to the amount of testing that still had to be done. Then, a month later, the time was finally there. On April 20th, 2024, Amazonia opened to rave reviews and many breakdowns. But at least the ride was finally open and Bellewaerde could finally rest after the turmoil it had experienced. Or could they? A day after the ride opened, on April the 21st, 2024, a boat got stuck in the halfpipe. According to the park, a pump stopped operating, resulting in the boat getting stuck. This wasn't the last time a boat got stuck, by the way. After this, the ride was open for 7 days and then it closed again. The park itself did not communicate much about the closure of the ride, resulting in many surprise visitors. Afterwards, the park ultimately came forward with a statement after it was bashed in a podcast for the approach it was taking to the closure of its star attraction. Amazonia ultimately stayed closed for 4 weeks in total, after Intamin made some changes to the ride. But the park couldn't stay happy for long. A few weeks later, the ride closed again to technical difficulties, despite prior statements made by the park that Amazonia wouldn't have them anymore. Then the park announced that the ride would officially reopen on June the 15th, 2024, and that the technical difficulties were really gone now. Yet, the ride closed multiple times after, in regard to those technical difficulties. And then, on August the 1st, 2024, Amazonia closed again, and this time for an unknown time. In October 2024, a few months later, it was announced that the ride wouldn't open again for the 2024 season, and that they were instead aiming for an opening in the first half of 2025. The park also stated that the new test with the problematic half pipe looked very promising. Amazonia will probably reopen again in 2025 with less problems. Intamin has been working hard and tirelessly to look for a solution, and it seems like they have found it. Hopefully the park has learned from their mistakes and will be now more transparent in regard to new rides. Although 2024 will be a year to forget for Bellewaerde Park, and the question remains if the ride will stay plagued in 2025.